the Phoenix Suns Summer League Suns, say that 10 times fast, did an incredible job. And it was great to see Khaman Maluach, Rasheer Fleming, and Peat play incredibly well. We saw Khaman Maluach go for 19 and 5 on, where's his rebounds? Rebounds. And 10.5 rebounds per game. He looked, 12.8 rebounds a game. Can't shortchange him. So he went 19.5 and 10.5, 12.8 rebounds per game and 2 blocks per game and 1.3 steals a game. Really, really freaking good. Peat went for 16.8 points on 50% shooting, 0% from 3, 62% from the free throw line, 4.8 rebounds a game, 2.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 3 turnovers, 6 fouls. He was playing very physical out there. And we saw Rasheer Fleming kind of catch fire in the last couple games of NBA Summer League. He scored 12 points per game on 42% shooting from 3 because he finished out strong. And then 6.5 rebounds a game, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block per game. So the Summer Suns did what they were supposed to do, and they all went in and flashed their potential. Now, are they obviously all flawed? They are. Do I still have question marks about Rasheer Fleming's jump shot? I 100% do, but 42% is really good on two 3-point makes per 4.8 attempts. So that's a good number. That's over 2 a game. That's really good for Rasheer. So the jump shot is super mechanical. Talked about it. It takes a long time for him to catch and release, and it he passes up a lot of open ones too. But against the Pistons in the game on Wednesday, what I love to see and what I was hoping to see more of during Summer League was just, and I didn't really care about makes and misses. I just wanted him to catch and shoot confidently, quickly, because in the NBA, teams, if you can shoot, teams don't let you shoot if you can't catch and release in less than a second. And for Rasheer, a lot of his looks had been coming catch, gather self, load up, shoot. Not the best. And sometimes when you do that, you also slow yourself down, especially because he's a high jumper. So if you stall all your momentum by taking so much time, you miss short a lot, which is what Rasheer was doing. And so what I liked to see from Rasheer was that he would, as soon as the ball was in his hands, he was trying to get that shot up quick. And that was the most positive sign, even more so than him going 5 of 8 from 3 against Detroit. It was a really, really good sign. And defensively, he's going to be really good as a screener. He's going to be really good. We know all that stuff. We know that he's going to be a good player, even if he can't shoot the three that well. He's going to be a really, really intriguing special player if he can shoot threes. I'm not expecting him to ever develop into a guy that's attacking hard and like making extra plays off the dribble or getting to his spots and pulling up or driving to the basket and making a move and then finishing. I don't know. I don't think that's who he's going to be in his career. If he developed into that would be incredible. I don't think that's who he's going to develop into in his career. So I'm thinking he's going to hopefully shoot 38% from 3 in his career, take all the open ones, hit big shots, make big plays on defense, score in transition on the break, use his athleticism to cut as well. That's what I want from Rasheer Fleming. But I want him to at least be confident shooting from 3. And I really, really liked what I saw from Rasheer Fleming. Peat, he showcased his ability to score in the mid-range. That was my number one takeaway from Peat was his ability to post up, drive, pull up, shoot in the mid range. It looked really, really, really solid. It was exactly what we saw from him at Arizona. I saw a tweet that said something like, "Oh, this is what happens when you like free a guy from playing in a college system that didn't utilize his skill set." Now, that's pretty crazy because I thought Pete was allowed to do pretty much whatever he wanted to at Arizona. I mean, he didn't shoot a ton of threes, but they let him shoot, or he shot threes when he was open. He played in the mid range almost exclusively at Arizona, which is exactly what he did for the Suns. Now, Arizona always had a big down below, and so maybe there was more space in the lane for him. But guess what? In college, teams just camp their center in the lane. So it's not like moving a Waka or Krivas was going to do a whole lot of anything if those guys moved outside the paint. It really just wasn't going to do a whole lot. Now, when they went super big and played all three of those guys together, then maybe I can see your argument of they didn't put Pete in the best position to succeed. But it's college basketball. It's a different game. Koa is going to be a lot better equipped to handle the ball in space. He'll be able to score even more easily, even easier, more easily. He'll be able to score easy. He'll be able to score even more in transition. It might not be easier, but he'll be able to score in transition even more. He's great with the ball in his hands, and that mid-range pull-up, post-up that he can get to is really important for the Suns long-term because the Suns need a guy who can get downhill and score at the rim. If he can develop a three-point jump shot, then that's the icing on the cake. The problem is for Kopi is that the Suns already have a lot of guys like him, kind of like him on the roster. Like they have Miles Bridges, they have Rasheer Fleming, who's a better shooter and a better rebounder, a better shooter, a better rebounder, and a better defender. So in my opinion, as it goes right now, if you're going, oh, who should get more minutes or dumb minutes because of how kind of deep this Suns team is. If we're going, who's going to get more minutes? I think it should be Rasheer Fleming because of what he brings defensively. And he at least has shown the capability of being a 35-ish three-point shooter, 35-ish% three-point shooter. That would be great. If he's that three-point shooter during the season, he's going to play. The Suns have a lot of guys who already dribble. So adding Pete to the mix, not really not really what I would do as Jordan Knott, especially we've seen Jordan Knott value shooting a lot as well. So look, Pete is going to be a great player in the league, but maybe it's better if he just doesn't play that much his rookie year, even though a lot of fans will be upset about that. And he's just able to shoot 500 to 1,000 shots a day, work on that three-point jumper. We see him in Summer League next year. He's hitting threes, still really good in the mid-range, has worked on his body, so he's even stronger, quicker, more explosive, can finish even better at the basket. Like, then once we get to that point, then it's like, okay, now you're thinking of, okay, we can move Pete to the starting lineup. We can move Rasheer Fleming to the starting lineup and play those guys. So in my opinion, I think Rasheer just brings more of the intangible stuff right now, but Pete long term is a guy that the Suns can look at as like the second leading scorer on a playoff team or a third leading scorer on an NBA title team, which is kind of the role he played at Arizona. Was he was like this great second banana to whatever guard had it going, and he would do the little stuff, but he'd also score as well. next to Burries or Jaden Bradley. And so I think that's kind of where Koa slots in the NBA too. Hopefully that 3-point jump shot gets figured out, and then this team can go to the moon. I said my biggest question mark that I had going into Summer League was going to be, can Koa Peat, Rasheer Fleming, and Khaman Maluach all play together, start together going forward? Now, they're not ready to all start in the NBA right now, but in 2 years from now, I really think that those three could all at least maybe not start all of the time, but definitely be starting level players on playoff teams. And that's a huge win for the Phoenix Suns. It's a huge win that those three guys all flashed in Summer League. It's a huge win that all three guys we can be confident about right now at some point being starters for the Phoenix Suns. And guess what? If you still have Miles Bridges and Dylan Brooks on the roster, then it's a great problem to have, because you can trade the vets, or maybe you trade the young players and go for it all and try and bring in a young star. Like, there's so many, the roster jams will be figured out. Don't worry about the roster jams, because this team will trade away guys to get it figured out, and hopefully create less, uh, create less of a, bad position. And guys, let's not forget there's Ryan Dunn and also Iguodaro. And Ryan Dunn flashed his rookie year, still flashed occasionally his second year, sophomore year. But it was also Iguodaro who played all 82 games for the Phoenix Suns. And he basically finished 65-ish games for the Suns this year. Jordan believed in Oso, and we still have Oso Iguodaro, who proved that he can be a high-level winning player as well. And so the Suns right now, they have a good problem to have, and it's a lot of good forwards. The harder part is going to be, how do you get them all on the floor together? How do they all mix when a lot of them kind of overlap in the same areas and struggle in the same areas? Mostly shooting is where we're struggling. But like, if any or a few of these guys can add 3-point jump shots, like this group of forwards that the Suns have on the roster right now can really be one of the deepest, maybe not the highest level of talent that, like, there's no Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum or Kawhi Leonard on this team, right? But this team could have one of the deepest forward rooms in the league, one of the deepest three small forward, power forward uh, groups in the league. And the good news is that if any of those guys get injured, like, giving 20 minutes to Ryan Dunn isn't the worst case scenario in the world. If one of the centers gets hurt, giving 20 minutes to Maluach or giving 30 minutes to Oso, like, all these guys have shown that at least right now, they're at least deserving of NBA minutes and could at least conceptually play winning level basketball next to Devin Booker. And that's just a huge win. It's just a huge win right now for the organization that they've been able to develop so many of these players so far. And if they can develop them even more, then that'll be great. And I'm sad. I'm sad that Summer League is over. I'm also sad that we didn't get to see the trio Summer Stars play one more game. They lost this weekend of the Spurs, where Maluach, Peat, and Rasheer Fleming all didn't play. Would have loved to have seen those guys play and just go out there and play. Fortunately, they weren't able to, which is okay. It's okay. I'll live. But that means the next time we see any of these guys play, it's going to be in September or early October for Phoenix Suns training camp, and I can't wait. And if you guys haven't checked your calendars yet, like, Arizona Cardinals training camp is right around the corner too, so it's time to get excited. Sports is back. The World Cup's over, but I can smell the grass. I can smell the fresh cut grass of football. I can smell I can hear the squeaky shoes of the hardwood. The bats are still cracking, and baseball season is continuing to heat up, especially if you're a Diamondbacks fan. So I'm very, very optimistic, which I don't say often about Arizona sports. Usually I'm pessimistic, but right now I'm very optimistic about the Phoenix Suns for sure, the Diamondbacks for sure. At some point, maybe I can be optimistic about the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about that. Nah, maybe we'll talk about that. I'm not sure. It's just frustrating. Michael Bidwell just continues to amaze. And there continues to be just more of these stories. I mean, we know Steve Keim had the drinking incident and he was suspended, but they were using burner phones to still communicate with him. It was this whole situation. Now, the director of college scouting, let me look up his name. Arizona Cardinals college scouting. Yeah, so Ryan Gold, director of college scouting, was suspended by the Arizona Diamondbacks for betting on NFL football outcomes, whether it was draft picks, games. It just, another front office guy runs into issues. It's just frustrating. As Diamondbacks fan, it's frustrating because this is the type of stuff that as a Cardinals fan, this stuff is so frustrating because it's the type of stuff that just shouldn't be happening in the organization. It just shouldn't be happening. And it's so frustrating that this stuff continually pops up. It continually pops up. Ryan Gold is just another guy in this Cardinals organization that shows just how poorly run everything is. And so, Ryan Gold, while the bullseye is on you, we as Cardinals fans always have to turn and make sure that the bullseye is focused on the right person. It's Michael Bidwell for finding, hiring, bringing in the right people to do their job with professionalism. And we just have continued to see that that's just not the case. It's just hasn't been the case with Michael Bidwell. Hopefully, things change at some point. I don't know if they're going to change at some point. They might never change, which is unfortunate, but at least there's a few guys on the roster that we can still be excited about. Trey McBride, Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, Josh Sweat, Will Johnson. Hopefully we can get enough enjoyment watching those guys this season, and the Cardinals can finally take their foot out of their behinds and figure things out.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch the full podcast version, there's a playlist right here that you can click on. If you want to watch more videos, you can click over here. And please remember to always, always, always like the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. We're all there all the time. So please follow us. Please continue to support the AZ Sports Podcast. And I will see you on the next episode.